Hi guys! This beautiful painting is finished. It's Titania and Oberon by Josephine from Diamond Art Club, and I wasn't going to do a post review since it's such an old painting. It's been discontinued for years, I believe, and it's also a very well-known painting. Most people who have been diamond painting for a while have seen it finished. Maybe you've even worked on it yourself. But then I posted a poll up on my Instagram and my YouTube, and almost everyone said they still wanted to see a post review. So here we are doing the post review. I finished it last night, which was May 31st, and I started it on January 25th of this year. So it took me a little over 4 months to do. And if you don't know, I was doing this project together with my diamond painting friend, Diamond Art by Nikki. We were working on this one at the same time. She also has this one, and we were doing three at the beginning. We started at this corner. We were doing 3 sections a week, and then we moved our way up like this. And the last 2 weeks we did 4 sections, just because we wanted to get it done and because the last few weeks didn't make sense to do 3 a week, because then we would have 2 left at the end. So as I said, this one is Titania and Oberon. I'm going to show you the sticker, the actual image. It's 70 by 98 centimeters, as you can see over here. So it's a really big painting. That's also why it took us so long. But of course we also had other whips on the side, both of us. So this wasn't our only project, otherwise it obviously would have gone way faster. This one has 55 colors, including 2 ABs, and I added 5 ABs myself. I swapped some of the dark purple 550 for ABs, some of this color 3078, this one 28, oops, this one 210, and this one 775. There were only a few in the whole canvas of this one, so I didn't get to swap out a lot, but still. These were the 5 ABs I added myself. And yeah, let's get into my thoughts. Obviously, first of all, you can see the end result is absolutely stunning. I've seen this painting completed a few times before, and I knew it was going to turn out great. I also knew that it was going to be a bit of a struggle, is maybe too strong of a word, but a bit of a task for me to complete it, because it is so big and because it's a Josephine wall. It has a lot of details, so it would be very confetti heavy. I knew that when I got into this, so that's why it didn't bother me too much, except for when we were getting near the end, up on there. That's about the point when it did start to bother me. The sections would just take so long because there were so many colors in there and so much confetti, but the end result makes up for all the struggles. Yeah, as I said, this is a pretty old kit. I think I've bought it over 3.5 years ago. I think I bought it in 2020, in the fall or winter time of 2020. So it's coming up to 3.5, 4 years, and that was noticeable. It was noticeable in the quality of the canvas and also in the quality of the drills. The quality of the canvas, what I mean by that is, in some parts, mostly I noticed it down here at the bottom, the glue was a little bit more slippery than I'm used to from Diamond Art Club, and also more slippery than the rest of the canvas, which made it that some of the drills fell off when I was moving the canvas around. I must say I'm not the most gentle person with my canvases. I do throw them around a little bit, and I'm rough with the canvases, so that's probably not the canvas or the company's fault. It's more my fault. But usually I'm able to do that, and now sometimes a few drills would come off. Not a big problem, just something I thought I would mention. And also in some parts I noticed it the most, I believe around there, and in the last section at the top, the symbols were a little bit blurry. Nothing major. I could easily tell with what symbol it was, and I had no problem with that. Just also something I would like to mention. And that's also something I noticed with some other older Diamond Art Club kits that I did. And the kits that came out 3 years ago or less time ago, I've never noticed that again. So they surely fixed that problem. Also the slippery glue, I've never come around that problem before actually on a Diamond Art Club, and I've never come across it again after this problem. Another thing I noticed about the drills was in that section, the only color blocking section in the whole painting. The drills seemed just slightly too big for the grid, so I had a slight popping issue. When they're all down and the surroundings were done, they were fine, and when I moved them around a little bit so they fit a little better, it was all fine. But that section was a little bit harder to paint because they just didn't fit really nicely. I also did a short on that section, and there over there it's actually pretty noticeable that the last spots are really tight. And another thing I noticed is the quality of the 310s was absolutely awful, but that's a well-known issue, and I know that the 310s that come in the kits right now are way better than this. And this kit didn't have a lot of 310, so it wasn't a problem at all. And also the quality of the ABs. I'm going to try to show you actually. Quality of these color ABs weren't the best. I'm not sure if you can see it like this, but like here there are some, yeah, they stick together. You see? Like there's a little bit of plasticky extra fluffiness on them, which made them hard to get straight in the tray. But once they were on the canvas, it was no problem at all. Just a little bit more difficult to place. And with the other AB, this one, the white one, I didn't have that issue at all. So I'm not sure what that was about, but it wasn't a big issue. As I said, so I've just been listing off a few issues I had, but none of them were major issues and made them enjoy this painting less. It were just a few things to mention. I also did change a little bit of the rendering. Nikki suggested that, or she didn't suggest it, she said she was going to be doing it, and then I looked at the photo and I thought, yes, that's better. I changed a little bit of his face over there. He had a very noticeable purple line right there, and I didn't really like the look of that, so I changed out the purple for some brown drills, and it looks way better now than it did in my opinion. The rest of the painting I left it as it was supposed to be, and that's totally beautiful. I got a lot of the drills left. I also have plenty of drills left over. On one color I was a little bit afraid I was going to run out, which was this one, the 318. You can see how little drills there are left in that little box, and luckily there weren't pretty much any in the last row, because I was this low on this color when I started the last row, so I was a little bit worried. I obviously have a few more left of, for example, this 550, because I swapped out some of the original drills for ABs. Also this one and this one. So all in all, a lot left. I didn't run out. All good. This was the first time I was working on a canvas together with a friend, and I must say I really love that process, and we are about to start the next one. I also had a poll up on my channel um, asking you which one we were going to start, and one of them is the clear winner. So we're probably going to be kitting that up next week and starting it right away. I also liked how we set a certain amount of sections each week that we were both going to be working on, so that I could make this painting my priority since we were doing the updates on Sunday, and I just knew that I needed to finish these sections to, and then I could move on to my other whips. It wasn't too much for me, at least. It wasn't too much to paint 3 sections a week on this and still have enough time to work on other whips as well. But I know Nikki was sometimes a little bit busier, so she had some trouble sometimes to get it done, but we managed. And if one of us wasn't able to make it that week, it's fine. We can postpone 1 week, and it's all good. It's not that serious. It's not that big of a deal, so it's all fine. If you've never done such a thing with a friend, I would highly recommend it. It's such a joy. It gives the painting a really special meaning, a special extra layer to it, compared to when you're working on it by yourself. So I think that pretty much sums it up. I'm going to do a little close-up of some sections and then we're done. So let's take a closer look. Let's take a closer look at his face. What I meant, he had a really clear dark purple line over here. As I said, I swapped that out for the brown drills, and I was mentioning this section as a really confetti heavy part, which it is, as you can see. And I think this part is my favorite part of the whole painting. It's just so pretty with the rainbowy colors, and it's so nice. But still, in this top part, even though there weren't nearly as many colors as in the rest of the painting, it was still pretty confetti heavy. This painting wasn't a breeze through one when you look at it from color blocking side. And over here, I wanted to show you a little bit. This was the only color blocking section in the painting, as I mentioned before, and it was pretty hard to get the drills nicely lined up. So they're a little bit crooked, but it's fine. I'm not going to be going over that again. I've had enough. I'm so happy that this painting is done. So let's appreciate how it is and don't look at it too closely. And this is also one of my favorite parts of the painting. I don't know what it is about this. Just the brown with the pink and the purple just looks so stunning. Now we're at the bottom where we started. The beautiful butterfly or moth, I don't know. Just going to do a little pan over like this. Give you another close-up look. Their faces. It's just an amazing image and an amazing painting, and I'm very happy that Nikki made me do this. Because if it wasn't for her, she picked this painting for us to do. So if it wasn't for her, I definitely wouldn't have worked on this one anytime soon, because I was a little intimidated by the size, by the confetti. So I wouldn't have had the guts basically to start it. So she made me, and I'm happy she did. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, even though you've probably seen this painting finished a lot of times, as I have, but I still hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment what your favorite part of the painting is. And I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye.